If it's good enough for the King of Sweden, it's good enough for us. We have been invited on an exclusive moose hunt in northern Sweden. Last week, His Majesty was in residence. This week, we've flown in. Wilderness. There's weather.
Welcome to Sweden.
There's history. There's a helicopter. And there's hunting. Extraordinary hunting.
This is my music. I started hunting with my father when I was 7 years old. I shot my first deer when I was 11, I think. And my father always taught me, the moose is the king of the forest.
The moose hunting season starts earlier in northern Sweden than in the south, and we're already a few weeks in. But the window of opportunity is small before winter takes a grip. We're guests of world-leading red dot sight manufacturer Aimpoint and most famous name in hearing protection 3M Peltor. Both brands are just as at home in this environment as the moose and ptarmigan in the hills. The men hoping to pull the trigger are Danish professional hunter, journalist and star of the Wild Boar Fevers Before Double Digits, Jens Kjær Knudsen, plus our own Tim Pilbeam.
You'll kind of work your way up in the burn.
Yeah, exactly.
One is a moose whisperer, the other isn't. And he needs educating in the way of the Aimpoint with training manager Erik Aas. Erik's teachings and riflecraft revelations are as close to a religious experience as you will get. He teaches method as well as mindset, and as we've got Jason Doyle filming with us too, we felt it would be useful to get him in touch with his inner red dot while we have the chance.
And what Erik managed to do was actually just break it down into kind of 3 simple processes, as opposed to just point and pull the trigger, which made it a lot easier to understand how to use the Aimpoint red dot sight. And after a while, it all just came together. My eyes are actually focusing on the kill zone, but actually the red dot's following in behind that. And when that red dot catches up, that's when you actually pull the trigger.
I have tried Aimpoints before in hunting scenarios and in various shooting cinemas, and I still had to close an eye. And when we practiced yesterday in the simulator, keeping both eyes open, my left eye taking over was just completely thrown off my shots. But it was great that Erik knew exactly what to do, and just by intensifying the dot or making it brighter, it just forced my right eye to take over, and I was making perfect shots straight away. And it was a real kind of eureka moment for me, because I've never ever been able to shoot with both eyes open unless I'm trying to shoot left-handed.
2 hours of classroom and simulator means the guys are already delivering Erik's mantra. Contact, focus, kill it. Instead of point and shoot, it gives the Aimpoint user a code to follow. And if you think you aim with an Aimpoint, you couldn't be more off target.
Contact, focus, kill it. Contact, focus, kill it. On the way into
I was just bringing the barrel up too fast.
Now we have learned that you can actually raise the barrel up with the breathing. That means that we can adjust the height with the breathing also.
Method in your madness, Erik.
Yeah. And he used it, and that's incredible. That the guy from the island actually used the technique from a Swedish guy.
I've used technique from loads of Swedish films I've seen.
Fantastic.
The range day puts theory into practice. Static and driven targets test Tim and Jason. They both get a Merkel Helix, as these are the preferred rifle of our outfitter Johan Persson from Fieldjakt. It's claimed to be the fastest straight pull in the market. But for the moment, consistent shot placement is all Erik wants.
I'm happy with that.
As you see, on this distance, with this big kill zone, you will have your hits where you have the focus point.
Yes.
Very good.
I think my biggest problem was actually is that contact. I'm looking at the target, and I focus. So I'm focusing on a specific part of that animal, and then the red dot comes along, and as soon as that red dot's in the right place, kill. And what I was doing, in fact, is I was focusing, then my eye was going back to the red dot and following the red dot, and that's what the problems were.
The final lesson has Eric simulating an approach on a moose. It is likely that during our hunt, the moose hound will hold the moose at bay.
We have a moose in front of them, and of course we have a dog that works around the moose. So what I want to see here is that the moose and the dog is separated. Maybe they will hear the dog, they may will hear it bark, but they don't see the dog. Then I don't want them to take the shot. I want them to take the shot when the dog and the moose is totally separated.
Because that dog could have quite easily...
Yeah, we don't know if it's slightly behind the moose that way also, or if it's in front of the moose.
Yeah.
A clear sight of both moose and dog is vital, which is another huge advantage of the Aimpoint, your peripheral vision.
Are you happy?
Very happy, yeah, very happy.
Are
Sure.
you happy?
Yeah, I think so.
Back to the hunting, and the first morning is a washout. The helicopter won't fly today, as even if the pilot gets us out onto the hills, he might not be able to come and get us. Instead, it will be on foot. We have 3 days hunting ahead of us.
How you feeling, Pilbeam?
I'm actually quite anxious and quite nervous. I didn't actually sleep much last night. We got here, beautiful place in the dark, and then suddenly the reality kicks in. So all those things Eric was teaching us, I'm just thinking, you know, contact, focus, shoot. Oh my goodness, so the pressure's on, but yes, I'm so excited basically. So let's get on and do some hunting. Yes.
Tim will be with our host Johan Pearson and his dog, Stay. We can see this might cause some confusion with the UK contingent. Jason will be following Jens, and Frederick Johansson from Peltor and Sabine Eriksson from Aimpoint will hunt with a third dog handler. It is always interesting to find out what ammo the guys choose in these new hunting situations.
So I would have thought with a big animal like a moose, you want penetration if you shoot them through the shoulder.
No,
you don't.
Not really when you hunt with the dogs, because
Oh yes, you don't want to go through the beast.
yeah. I mean, dogs have been killed by being slightly beside,
Yes.
and if the dog is in the wrong position, accidents can
Yeah.
happen, and we
Yeah.
want to try to avoid that. So this is actually, for what we're doing today, it's a really good bullet.
Yes, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
We mentioned history at the start, and the lodge has plenty, including a fishing claim to fame.
This is actually the spot where the rumor says that the British people came over and introduced fly fishing in Sweden. I don't know if it's true, but it's rumors, and I've actually been reading about it too. And we like to keep that rumor alive. But it's a beautiful spot, and the fishing is really good here.
There could be moose anywhere from here on in, and the heart certainly starts pumping when Stay is told to go.
As soon as you let the dog go, my heart went. The hunt starts now. It's so exciting.
On the other side of the mountain, Jens, Ludwig and Jason are managing the weather. Their dog is Skate, a grue hound, smaller than an elkhound like Stay. Both are popular breeds for this kind of work. Then we have a chance to show why.
We've just been called by the phone that a car had hit a moose just down here. And they want us to go down and look for it with the dog and see if we can find it. It should be wounded by the car. It just happened 10 minutes ago. So it's a luck we are here.
Skate locks on, and soon the guys are making ground.
165 meters now, we can see on the gibbet. It's very near. We need to be very careful now, we are only 100 meters from them.
tense. This is a vital role that hunters play. Jens takes his chance. There's relief that dogs, handlers and hunters have done the job.
It's so exciting to go into the dog when it's barking like that. And we couldn't see it for maybe 20 minutes, but we could only see the dog barking.
The dog
yeah,
did work?
Perfect work. Successful hunt.
Held it really.
Yeah, really good.
Without moving?
Stayed where it started to bark, and then we did a good approach and got a nice shot in.
For you, is it more pressure because it's your dog and you want it to perform?
I know he's good, and it's always nice when it's successful. So.
Well done. How far do you think the shot was? 10 meters?
Yeah, between 10 and 20, yeah, 15. We suddenly saw her moving to the left, and there was a little gap.
Yeah, you were very quick.
Yeah. I had to be quick in that little opening in the bush. And the sticks, and then the Aimpoint is, and a red dot is perfect to use, where you can have both eyes open and see everything before you shoot. So a scope where you have magnification is on that short distance can sometimes be not so good.
Bra jobbat, Ludde. Hey. That's good news. They got it. They got the moose. Jens shot it, and it was badly injured from the car accident. So this is a really good thing to be able to take care of those situations right away. To how do you say it? It's a painful thing, of course, so we need to end it as quickly as possible. So,
what type of moose was it?
It looks like it's an adult female. That's the information I got. But I'm happy with that they solved it quickly and took that poor moose out of his pain. So I'm happy.
It's been a tough day on the hill, but nothing a beautiful meal, some good company, a plate of delicious home-cooked, locally sourced food and a glass or two can't solve.
Better day today. Yesterday, dreadful, heavy wind and rain and everything else, but today is looking really, really good. But the most important thing is we've got the helicopter going. So exciting. This is in some ways an aspiration as a hunter to actually be taken up onto a mountain to work back, especially on moose. On this estate, there's 14,000 hectares, and there's no roads at all. There's no roads, so the only way to get to the top of the mountain is on a helicopter. So for us, especially for a UK hunter, it is something different. So it's moose hunting with a helicopter. So I'm really, really looking forward to this.
Just a few kilometres from where we were yesterday, but it feels like another planet. The weather report promises 4 seasons in a day. Let's start with winter. It feels remote and uncharted, and it's even a little unnerving having watched the chopper fly back to base for the next group. We are being guided by Magnus with his Leica, helped by Joachim, an apprentice on work experience from the local hunting college. The Leica is traditionally a fur dog and will work closer to the handler than the moose hound. It doesn't take long before we get contact. The sound of barking is thrilling.
So it's good. Look at the calf.
If your dog is barking on that beast, should we have shot that calf or not?
You can shoot that calf.
Okay.
It's allowed to shoot that calf. It probably has come from that area.
It's common for a moose cow to take the dog away, allowing the calf to run off.
So you're only moving where the dog's barking, yeah?
Yeah, then the moose won't hear.
It may also be one of a set of twins. Through the trees we see the dog and a cow and calf.
So exciting. The size of them, I cannot believe it's like a cart horse running, and the way they run is it's brilliant. But a wee bit of a time where you just had to calm down a wee bit and just wait for the instruction, but it didn't happen then. But just to see them in this environment, it's quite special. It's quite a privilege to be able to do this.
We are moving much faster than yesterday, covering a lot of kilometres. Then the Leica races off from the release. Out of sight is a moose, out of cover. It doesn't bolt towards it, just stands off briefly to gauge the situation.
And now he's want the moose to see him before he runs.
Oh, look at that.
What is that? It's not a big bull, but I thought that I might saw something that might look like an antler. Do you see us, do you think? No.
That was the last sighting we have, and Jens has had a quiet day too. But we hear that Sabine has her first ever moose.
It's been a fascinating day. Dropped off with a helicopter, and it's snowing. And then we worked our way from the high ground around to the lower ground. But it's a variety of terrain. We've got reasonably thick forest in some areas to real kind of sparse forest. And you've got the open bits here, the open pastures, I suppose, one for a better word. You've got little islands within these pastures. If you look at these pastures, there's all kind of birches and alders growing all through it, and the animals eat off that. And this is a wilderness. It hasn't been cultivated at all, so it's probably been like this for thousands of years, perhaps. And it's quite an adventure working your way through these different areas of the land and seeing where the moose are. And we saw some moose today, which is really exciting. Unfortunately, we didn't get a shot on one. With the first two was a cow and a calf, but we got within maybe 20 metres. I can see the dog through the trees, but the tree was on the wrong side of us, and I think they must have seen us. And within about 2 minutes, they're gone. But to see this lolloping, long-legged thing, this careering away from us, it was like, wow, that's fantastic to see. Then later on, the dog actually spotted one. It's probably maybe 200 metres away, but the dog just sat down. He didn't chase it, he just sat down and looked at it, and the dog handler said, "Oh, look." And I don't know how big it was, but the dog sat there, watched it, and as soon as the beast moved, then it started chasing it. So this shows you how well trained or how instinctive these Leica moose dogs are. So that was fantastic. And then towards the end, we saw reindeer. The dog barked, and we sat back, thought, great, some moose coming our way. But over the horizon, we saw some reindeer. So he's seen, and also we saw capercaillie as well. So it's been a brilliant day. Unfortunately, there's no moose for us to shoot. But that's where it is. But it's just been one of those, it's a real adventure, I suppose, really. And I'm looking forward to another day tomorrow to perhaps hopefully get our first moose.
Our last day arrives and something feels right. The weather promises to be a lot kinder, and once again we're flying into fresh ground. Before takeoff we chat with Frederick. Tim is finding that changing the settings on the Peltor units in hunting situations is giving him superpowers.
And you're a moose hunter?
Yes,
Yeah.
I spend quite much time on that. Yes. Too much to compare what the bag I got, I guess.
Well, we know how you feel anyway. So.
Yeah.
And let's talk about hearing protection with Peltor.
Yeah.
It's not all about the protection of ears, is it? So just talk me through, what you're achieving with your equipment.
As you said, it's a hearing protection for sure. That's important, but it also can enhance your hearing. We can amplify lower signals. So if you're out and want, like this quiet environment, you want to hear a little bit better, maybe the game that's coming, be more prepared. Or if you already have not used your hearing protection, then you may need a little bit amplification to hear. So we can amplify up to 10, 15 decibel, a little bit depends on what kind of product.
Day 3, yeah, let's say last chance saloon. No pressure, mate, but we need to find some moose, yeah?
Have a good day.
We'll have a good day, yeah? Good, that's really positive.
First contact is within a few minutes of arrival. Ludwig is not confident. It's too soon after landing.
That was a cow moose. Yeah. And the dogs chased it across.
Yeah.
But as you said, it may have a calf with it.
Yeah.
And the calf may not be.
Exactly.
So we have to wait a bit, just in case that calf comes running back afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
It's a promising start. We're also having help from Johan this morning. He's a few kilometres away hunting with Stay.
Okay, we've got our own bit of ground we're hunting, but Johan is on the other side of this mountain here. So we're just waiting for about half an hour because the dog's actually working his way through this forest here. So we're just going to hedge our bets a wee bit.
We've been on the ground for about an hour when we spot movement across a clearing.
It's a small pool on the other side. It's coming this way.
Yeah, okay, I've got it. Got a tree in the way. Okay. Now what do we do?
I think it took good. Just gonna see the dog. We'll take the track. I think You will catch the track.
130 meters.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Not easy when it's getting in between the trees.
Yeah.
You can't do it, it disappears. So you need to be quick just to do that.
And as I said, I needed you to shoot because we had the wind direction like this.
Yes.
And if you would have gone further, you would have catched her.
He was stopping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's the way he came out of the forest there, down through the plateau.
Yeah.
It's just unique.
Yeah. I spotted it. Yeah, the cameraman spotted us first. Pretty bad.
We're the hunters.
Yeah. We go and have a look.
Hopefully, Eric, all your hours of patience and tend of us to keep both eyes open is paid off. So, just that. Ready? Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. You got a miss.
What a moment. Tim's first moose, and we have most definitely worked for it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Ludwig. Yeah, thank you very much. Wow. Okay, he's down. Let's go on safe, that's all.
Good work.
Yeah. First impressions of these is the size.
Yeah.
The size and also the colour.
Yeah. Massive animals.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And the scenery like this, when it comes out, you have a good chance to see it before shooting, and perfect.
And also, I mean, okay, in this situation, the dog didn't actually find it, but it's just the whole concept of the dog pushing and hunting that and push, and that's what's so exciting. Yeah. Oh, just what a beast!
Yeah.
The way it just walked across.
Yeah. Knowing nothing.
Knowing nothing at all. No. Well done. Yeah. What a beautiful animal. It's so grey. You know, I thought that the moose would be quite hard to see amongst these trees, but it's actually quite light. Yeah. And I thought it'd be a lot browner perhaps, but yeah. I mean, it's just just look at the legs. There's such long legs, and I think they're designed to go through the snow. Yeah. So that they've been there. So, and it's just that. Look at the face on it. It's such an unusual looking beast, I suppose. The rut's starting in about a week or so's time, 2 weeks' time. He will not be performing this year. He's too young. So actually, this is probably a good beast to take out.
Across the valley, Jens hears the shot and the news.
Just heard that Tim have shot a moose. That is fantastic. I can't wait to see him and see his face, how happy he will be. It's first moose.
Close to that, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Ludwig Gralixar moose.
Yeah, exactly.
You could say its size makes it easier. It is super sized. As we wait for the helicopter, lunch is prepared and it tastes even better than usual. It's been a trip of a lifetime. Great kit, great company, and great hunting. If you'd like the chance to come hunting here with Johan and the team, go to fjelljakt.se. If you want to find out more about Peltor's hearing protection, go to 3m.com. And if you want to contact, focus and kill it, then you need to go to aimpoint.com.